Hello dear students, here I am Dr. Amjad Ali. In this video we are going to practically conduct the Eview's example of chapter 4. The book we are following, the Chris Brooks book of Introductory Econometrics for Finance, and the first example of chapter 4 is given on the page number 144. Actually, this example is the continuity of the previous chapter example, as we have gone through previously that the CAPM work file. So here we have to reload the work file of CAPM again, and we have a dependent variable here ER4 and independent variable ER Sandeep. So here we have to reopen the example of CAPM, which is saved in Eviews. So here we have the dependent variable ER4. There are different methods for the selection of the variable, and the most easiest we are going to use here, that we have to select the dependent variable and then hold the control key, press the control key and hold it and select the dependent variable, and then right click independent variable, and then right click open as equation. So here we have the constant, so remove the constant here, put it between the dependent variable and independent variable. Here we have the least square regression line. This is normally known as the simple regression or OLS. So click on OK. So this is the same screenshot which the Brooks has given on the page number 144. So this is the same screenshot. Previously we have examined t-test, and t-test is used for individual coefficient significance or insignificance, but now we are going to conduct f-test, which is jointly tested or all selected parameters at the same time. Okay, now we have to test the f-test here. So here we have to click on view. So the same command is given on the Brooks book. See, here we have the same command, view, and then click on the coefficient diagnose, and then select the wall test or coefficient restrictions. So click on coefficient of restriction. So here we have a tab. Here we have to put the restriction. Previously we only test the when we are conducting the simple OLS test of f-test, we use only one parameter to test, but here we are using the multiple regression analysis, so we have to use all the parameters at the same time. Either we are not using the multiple regression, but f-test enable us to test all the parameters at the same time. So see here, here we have two parameters, like we have a C and our independent variable or regressor parameter beta. Okay, we start our restriction. So see here, this restriction is given on C1 is equal to 1 and C2 is equal to 2. So we have to put the restriction here, C1 is equal to 1 comma C2 is equal to 1. Okay, we have to press OK, and then this same wall test outcome will be open, which we have covered in our previous chapter, in chapter 3. So here we have the some of the simple interpretation. There are two versions of the test. Here we have chi-square version test and f-test at the same time. Okay, the f-test is adjusted for the small sample buys and should be used when the regression is estimated using a small sample. And we are normally concerned with the chi-square when we have a larger sample size, and the authenticity of the chi-square is more reliable than for us. But f-test can be used for the both small as well as for the long. So both statistics symptotically yield the same results here. So see, here we have the same type of outcomes here, and in this case the p-value are also similar. So the conclusion is that the null hypothesis jointly, we have the null hypothesis here, beta 1 beta 2 is equal to 1. So we are jointly rejected the null hypothesis and conclude that our model is statistically significant. We can, if we are using the f-test as a goodness of fit test, then we can say that our model is good fit. This is the outcome for the Wall statistic, and we can conclude that our model is good fit. So see, here we have the estimates. Again, I have to see, here we have f-test is also significant. So this f-test is also given the same type of interpretation which we have used here, coefficient of diagnosis and Wall statistic, and we have C1 is equal to 1 comma C2 is equal to 1. And see, the f-test here, these both chi-square and f-test are significant. So this shows that our model is statistically significant. So this is first example of chapter 4. So see you with the other examples of chapter 4.